Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to a brand new Talking and Grubbing live nightly digital show. How's everybody doing on this Friday? I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. I know a lot of you are ready for the weekend, so you can have that time off to just either relax, spend it with your families, or that special someone. Definitely can't say I blame you. Let me see who's in the chat. My dude, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Happy Friday, man. Y'all go check out his channel. It was pronounced earlier today that DeJounte Murray was traded from the Hawks to the Pelicans. That's a pretty nice move there for the Pelicans. They get that guard that they desperately need to go along with CJ McCollum. So that was definitely a good move for the Pelicans. Definitely a great move. Yep, my apologies for the late start, and also my apologies for not being on live last night. Had some technical issues, but I'm here. So let's get to it. All right. Just coming off of being hired by the LA Lakers to be the head coach. A new claim of racism, a new accusation of racism by a Duke alum comes out about new head coach JJ Redick. Of course, a few days ago, earlier this week, Redick was hired by the LA Lakers after a long, extensive search, Now, according to multiple reports, this is by a woman named Holly Mae Nash. I hope I said her name right. If I didn't, I apologize. She posted a tweet. This tweet after JJ Redick was named the Lakers head coach, and I quote, "I've only been called the N-word to my face by a white man once in my life, and it was on the campus of Duke University while I was doing work with the basketball team. And today, he was named the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers." What a world. Now, according to Miss Nash, that Redick called her the N-word during her days at Duke while she was working with the team. JJ Redick, well, according to JJ Redick in a statement, he definitely denies the allegation. Now, JJ Redick has definitely said a lot of greasy things when he was a commentator and a podcaster. So this definitely can have some validity to it, because also there's another person that's backing up Miss Nash's claim. Excuse me. Right now, this is a bad look for the Lakers because, you're in a progressive liberal state like California, and you hire somebody that has this accusation hanging over their head from their past. Plus, we all know that the Lakers, most of their players are predominantly black, including LeBron and AD. Also, there's no statement that's been released by the Lakers, which, they definitely need to release one, because this is a bad PR nightmare for them right now for Jeannie Buss and her front office. And also, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they haven't commented on it. They also need to comment on it, because this is making them look real bad right now, especially LeBron. And if there's more accusations or there's more people that back up Nash's claim, then in my opinion, Redick just needs to step down, because everywhere the Lakers travel to during the season, people are going to boom. People are going to just definitely make signs about Redick, and definitely going to boo the Lakers. And matter of fact, it's going to make people hate the Lakers more than they already do, for whatever reason. But this definitely has some validity to it if another person's backing up Miss Nash's claim. I don't think she just put this tweet out for nothing, just to put it out or seeking attention, because if she was going to do that, she would have did that to a bigger name guy. And JJ Redick ain't a major name like that. He was a role player as a player, and he was an average to an above average analyst. So I don't think she would go all out this way to ruin somebody like that. If she was going to do that, she would have went after a bigger name. But like the old saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. What, my dude CJ, what's up, man? You say yes it is. How you doing? The AD light skin. He's still black. So I think they gonna have to give it to him so Sam could take over. Yeah, I'm still surprised that Sam Cassell didn't get looked at for any coaching jobs. I'm still surprised at that. Definitely thought he would have gotten interviewed. Oh, you said during the season? Said chill, bro. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Said right. But yeah, this is definitely a bad look for the Lakers and JJ Redick right now. And it's definitely reflecting badly on LeBron as well. Who should be the coach? Who you referring to, CJ? Say yeah, but Brown won't say nothing. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, because this reflects bad on him. Not only 9 times out of 10, he endorsed him to be the coach. He's coming off of co-hosting a podcast with him. Oh, you referring to Sam Cassell? Yeah, Sam Cassell definitely would have been a great choice for the Lakers. He won championships as a player. Of course, coming off one as an assistant. Also, Sam Cassell definitely is respected in the league amongst assistants. And a lot of people feel that Sam Cassell should get a shot at being a head coach. So that definitely would have been a pretty good fit. And he's played with multiple stars like Hakeem, then Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and KG. And he saw how, with Joe Mazzulla, how to handle superstars, or at least stars, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And also in all-stars such as Drew Holiday and Al Horford. Said not JJ. Said yeah, he is. All right. About to get on to my next topic. Coming off the heels of his Rickwood Field post-game interview, MLB legend and Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson was recently in Alabama for an event for his Mr. October Foundation. And during his speech, he recalled a racist experience. A racist exchange with University of Alabama football coach and legend Bear Bryant. Here's the audio clip. I'll be back with my commentary.
Memory I ever had at Rickwood Field. It's tough to hear if you're from Alabama. At the same time, it came from a friend. He never apologized for it, but he was a friend. I'd hit 2 triples in the game, and I could run like a deer. After the game, the few people were around. Charlie Finley had come to that game. His son, Paul Bryant, was there. Paul Bryant was there. Alf Van Hoos was a sports writer here in this town. And Bear Bryant. And I was getting changed, finishing a shower and putting my shirt on. And Bear Bryant walked up to me and paid me a compliment. 1967. And he said to the group, "This is just the kind of nigger boy that we need in order to compete with Bo, Woody, Ara, and Johnny. Johnny Robinson of USC, Ara Parsegian of Notre Dame, Bo Schembechler of Michigan, and Joe Paterno of Penn State." He meant it as a compliment. He said, if we don't get one of these, we're not going to be able to compete with them. And about a few months later, USC came here with Sam Cunningham and beat Alabama 42-10. I got called up to the major leagues, and Bear Bryant came up to Charlie Finley's to Chicago in one of my first games and watched me play my first game. 21 years.
All right. Now, the exchange that Reggie Jackson is referring to, this happened back in 1967 when he was a Double-A player for the Kansas City Royals Double-A farm team, minor league team, excuse me. Now, Bear Bryant is very revered in the college football world due to all his wins and national championships, but he definitely had a racist side, because there have been stories from former Black Alabama players also other media sources that Bear Bryant definitely had a racist streak in him, and he constantly said the N-word. Now, instead of just saying this kind of, this is the kind of boy we need, or man, or young man, he definitely jumps to that N-word, describing Reggie. And Reggie just had one terrific game that day. So, we definitely see how Bear Bryant felt about his black players. And who knows how many times he was saying that word to their faces when he was the head coach of Alabama. And, I get why Reggie didn't really react like he did back then, because, as he said in his Rick Wood pre-game interview, he said, I would have beat somebody's ass and I'd have been hanging from an oak tree. But it's definitely unfortunate that, a man and a legend like Reggie is telling these stories back then as a minor league player, and to a certain extent as a major league player, because he definitely had his success and he had his accolades and a lot of fans loved him. There was still a certain group of fans that had that racist mindset and did not embrace him, and definitely was calling him all type of racial slurs back then in the 70s. So for those who were out there saying that Reggie Jackson is claiming victimhood, he's not claiming victimhood. He's telling history. Okay, let me get back to y'all in the chat. Yeah, Sam's definitely been seasoned. Besides being the assistant for the Celtics, he was on Tyronn Lue's staff in LA with the Clippers. He was with the Wizards. So Sam has definitely gone through the ranks, CJ, and he definitely deserves his shot. Yeah. It's definitely a trip to hear Reggie Jackson, recall this stuff that he experienced back then. Definitely a trip. All right, on to the next story. Now, we all know the NBA draft wrapped up yesterday, and a lot of people were anxious to see where Bronny James was going to be drafted to. And yesterday, Bronny James was selected 55th overall in the second round by the Los Angeles Lakers. So he and LeBron are going to make history by being the first father and son duo to play together in the NBA. Now, we all know a lot of father and sons have played in the NBA. Tim Hardaway Sr., his son Tim Hardaway Jr. is on the Dallas Mavericks. Also, Scottie Pippen's son, Scottie Pippen Jr., he's in the NBA. Of course, we all know Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, both on the Warriors. And also, Dale Curry has another son in Seth Curry that was playing on the Brooklyn Nets. Also, Luke Walton, his father, the late, great Bill Walton. Luke Walton played all of his career, if not most of his career, with the Lakers, won 2 championships. Rick Barry, his sons, Brent Barry and John Barry, both played in the NBA. Brent Barry, he won 2 championships with the San Antonio Spurs during the early 2000s. Also, Horace Grant's son and nephew, they're both in the NBA. So definitely a lot of players, sons and nephews, are playing in the NBA, but you never had a father and son duo play in the NBA on the same team. Oh, and also forgot about Gary Payton and his son. We all know his son Gary Payton II was a part of that 2022 Golden State Warriors championship team. But yep, you know what? I think it's a pretty good thing. It's a real cool story to see a father and son play on the same team. Now, nobody's expecting anything from Bronny because he's the 55th pick. So, if he becomes a bust, it's no harm, no foul. And he would got a chance to live his dream. And he would definitely be all right post NBA. Excuse me. But definitely can't wait to see how Bronny does in the NBA. Can't wait to see he and his father play side by side. Now, there are some people who are hating on Bronny being drafted in the NBA saying, well, he only got in because he's LeBron's son. Well, damn, a lot of players got into the NBA and other sports just because of who their father is. Nepotism is very heavy in sports. Ken Griffey Jr., his father, Ken Griffey Sr., played in the MLB. Also, excuse me again. Also, Peyton Manning's son. You think Peyton Manning's son got into Tennessee just because of his skills? No. The man got in there because his father was an alum and also who his uncle and granddad is. His father and uncle both won 2 Super Bowls. Both have Super Bowl MVPs. They're definitely going to be in Canton in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So, hey, that definitely boosts the Tennessee Vols profile, and that's going to sell a bunch of tickets having one of their famous alumni kids play there. It's a lot of hypocrisy. Nepotism makes the world go around. Matter of fact, I don't care who's watching this live or you watch the video that comes behind it or the replay. A lot of you gotten jobs because of your family members, friends, or friends of friends, or friends of family. Nepotism makes the world go around. So I'm not mad at LeBron if he used his clout to get his son drafted, because 9 times out of 10, I probably would have done it too, and most of y'all would have done the same thing. Nepotism can be a little too much, but hey, that makes the world go around. Nobody criticized Trump for giving his daughter and son-in-law cabinet jobs. And also, we all know his daughter is only co-chair of the RNC because Trump is her father-in-law. So nepotism is all over the world, and it's definitely prevalent in sports, especially the NBA. Just listen to all the sons and fathers I just mentioned. A lot of those sons got in the NBA based on their name and who their fathers are. Austin Rivers is definitely a big benefactor of that. That man was a straight up bust, and after he got cut, he got a broadcasting job. My apologies. So, hating on, but really a lot of this don't really have to do with LeBron using his clout to get Bronny drafted. It's basically about, because they hate, the people who hate LeBron, they're going to use this to hate him even more. And a lot of them just feel, well, I hate him, I hate his son too. And he's taken away from kids who earned it. But that happens all the time in sports. There's some kids who are definitely good who don't get drafted. All right, good people, I'm going to take a quick time out. I'll be right back, so don't go away. sportsbook that offers you multiple betting opportunities, BetUS is the one for you. They're celebrating their 30th anniversary as America's favorite sportsbook. They offer sportsbook, live betting, racebook, and a lot more. Also, to celebrate their 30th anniversary, they're offering you 30 risk-free bets. Sign up with my link right now, and after you put down your first deposit, you'll get a 125% sign-up bonus. Just type in the promo code JOIN125. You'll have multiple opportunities to bet, more chances to win, and you get fair payouts with your winnings. BetUS, where the game begins. All right, I'm back, good people. Next thing I want to talk about is former ESPN analyst Stan Everett had to check his former colleague Jason Whitlock as he recently posted a tweet about Angel Reese after one of her games. Now, Whitlock, as I like to call him, Grimslock, he's been very critical of Angel Reese ever since she and Caitlin Clark faced off in the national championship season before last, where the LSU Tigers defeated Caitlin Clark's Iowa Hawkeyes in the national championship. And, Angel Reese taunted her like she taunted opponents throughout the NCAA women's tournament. Excuse me. So Everett saw Whitlock's tweet, and this is what Jason Whitlock originally tweeted, and this was his response. Jason Whitlock says, and I quote, "She's unskilled, but she also has a higher b-ball IQ than I gave her credit for. She knows how to play. She's a terrific competitor. Her game is to establish post position, and she works hard to get it. That type of effort will make her highly effective." Stan Everett reposted his tweet and replied, "In other words, I never really saw her play before I decided to attack her needlessly because I knew it would play well with the anti-black audience I'm desperately seeking to retain some relevance after my many firings." Fix that for you. Oh man, sorry about that one. Oh man, Stan Everett came with the mic drop on Whitlock. But how you gonna sit and assume that this woman has no basketball IQ when she was one of the most highly decorated players in college basketball? She won a national championship, and she went top 10 in this year's WNBA draft, and she's having a pretty good rookie year. So how you gonna sit and say that she has no basketball IQ and just think that she was not good? Like, come on. The woman was the doggone MVP of the NCAA Women's National Championship. And she was definitely a top 10 draft prospect before she ended up being drafted by the Chicago Sky. So Jason Whitlock, you are definitely way out of pocket about talking Angel Reese like that. But some of you analysts do this with certain black players. Y'all think y'all either think they're not smart, they don't have the comprehension, they don't have the they don't have the wherewithal, the mental capacity to play the game effectively or play their positions effectively. And I'm glad Stan Everett came back with that tweet because he's right. You are definitely catering to an anti-black audience on Blaze Media, which a network nobody watches. I mean, come on. Who watches that network? They ain't beating MSNBC. They don't beat CNN. They don't beat Fox News. They don't beat BBC. They don't beat, NBC, ABC, CBS. Heck, they don't even beat networks like OAN, the Young Turks. They don't even beat certain YouTube content creators. So yeah, you are definitely catering to the anti-black sentiment who definitely tries to see this whole Angel Reese, Kate Clarkland thing as being racial, which is not. Caitlin Clark, she's not playing great right now. Now, she may turn around as her career goes along, but people like you and your audience try to make this a reverse racism thing, that's cap. Because, you know, any player can be crappy no matter what race they are. We've seen crappy black players. We've seen crappy white players. We've seen crappy Hispanic players, Asian players. Crappiness and suckiness is universal. That's not limited to no race. And right now, Caitlin Clark, she's not playing well, and Angel Reese is having a better rookie year. But you didn't want to see that because you're too busy trying to cater to your anti-black, racist, white supremacist crowd on your platform, as well as the Blaze. So, big shout out to Stan Everett for checking Jason Whitlock and calling him out on his BS with that tweet. Salute, Stan. Salute, Stan. I'm going to take a brief pause. I'll be right back to talk about Klay Thompson as possibly being a sixth man. So don't go away. All right, I'm back, good people. On to my next topic. Now, I was live with Kenny of OBF, the network, last week. I was on his live stream. Make sure y'all go check out his channel and subscribe to it. He definitely does a great job with the news and political commentary. Well, not political commentary, just commentary, period. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, you definitely need to check out Kenny's channel. If you haven't, definitely check it out already. You know, I appear on there occasionally as a panelist, so you can also check me out on there. Now, last week, me and Kenny, we got into a conversation about Klay Thompson as he's approaching free agency, and there's a possibility he may leave the Golden State Warriors. I've heard that they have offered him a 2-year extension, but he hasn't signed it yet. So there's a possibility Klay Thompson may be leaving the Warriors after over a decade with the team. As you all know, he's been a multiple All-Star. He's won 4. He's been around for all of the Warriors' 4 NBA championships that they've won in the last, 7-8 years. He's one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time. Matter of fact, he's elite. He's third on the list behind Steph Curry and Ray Allen. But we also know that his career definitely took a couple of major setbacks as he had back-to-back season-ending injuries during the 2019, 2020 season and the 2020 and 2021 season. Now, we ended up getting into discussion about me saying that Klay could go to a contending team and be a sixth man. And Kenny disagreed with me, saying that no, you don't put him off the bench on a contending team. You start him. We use the Boston Celtics as an example. Of course, they're coming off an NBA championship, and that definitely could be a possible landing spot for him if he wants to capture another ring. You know, I made the argument that Klay Thompson could be a dangerous sixth man. You know, he could definitely be a solid perimeter defender. He still has that shot that a lot of, teams have to account for. And you can definitely play him in the fourth quarter with the starting lineup. And plus, you can definitely have him fresh for the playoffs. You're not asking him to play so many minutes where he just overexerts himself and risk more injuries than he's already had. And I definitely think Klay would make a great six man for a contending team. But the argument with Kenny is he feels like, that's still Klay. Oh, that's like you treat him like a role player. That's not true. There are definitely great players or all-time great players who came off the bench. Look at Ray Allen. The year before he went to the Heat, he was a starter. But once he got there, he came off the bench, and he was a great six man. He was still Ray Allen. They still had to respect that shot. And we all saw in one of the biggest moments in NBA Finals history, he came off the bench and knocked down one of the most clutch shots in Finals history to send that Game 6 into overtime and get them to a Game 7. Also, another one, Mount Ginobili. He made his career as a six man. He could have started for any team in the NBA. But, with the Spurs, once he came off that bench, you knew Ginobili could light it up at any given time. Heck, they ended up winning 4 more championships after that 99 championship. And he's a Hall of Famer. Jason Terry, another one who could have started for any team in the NBA. He came off the bench on a championship team. But once Jason Terry came off of there, you had to account for Jet, because Jet could definitely light you up from anywhere. He can light you up from the perimeter, top of the key, in the paint. Matter of fact, Jason Terry definitely does not get his just due, in my opinion. That dude gets slept on. So, yeah, Klay could definitely make a great six man for a team like the Celtics. He'd be backing up somebody like Derek White, who's a pretty good perimeter defender. I mean, he may not be a great shooter like Klay, but he's still a pretty decent shooter. But once you get Klay off the bench, oh, come on, man. The Celtics are up like by 10. They could be up by 15 or 20 with Klay, especially if that three-point shot is going. And like I said, you could play him with the stars in the fourth quarter if you need to. Also, you be adding him to a pretty good bench already. And I told Kenny this. If you put Klay on the Celtics bench, that would be the top bench in the NBA. And they definitely would be top 5 in bench scoring with Klay, because he has that shot, and also he can still play a little bit of defense. But everybody still has to respect that shot, and he knows what it takes to win in the playoffs, especially the finals. So, if Klay went to the Celtics, that could definitely increase their chances of repeating. All right, I'm going to take one more quick pause. I'll be right back. And I'm going to share with you a certain comedy star like one of my posts. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, good people. There's one more thing I want to share with you before I go. Now, I don't usually talk about a lot of celebrity stuff, but this one I had to talk about because this is something personal to me. Yesterday, I was on X, just skimming through on the post, and Martin Lawrence, of course, we all know, the star of the hit 90s show Martin, as well as the Bad Boys movies. Bad Boys for Life is in theaters now with Will Smith. Definitely a good movie. I recommend it. And on Twitter, X, he posts a lot of clips from Martin, some of the best clips from the show that everyone loves and still laughs and cracks up about to this day. And yesterday, Martin highlighted a clip where the late great Richard Pryor appeared on the show. That was during the first season. That was the breakup episode, matter of fact. That was part one of the breakup episode. At the beginning, Richard Pryor appeared on the show as a guest of Martin's radio show, and Martin was just paying homage to him and talking about how much he impacted him as a comedian. You could definitely tell that Martin definitely was in awe of just being in the presence of one of the legends of comedy and Richard Pryor. And he just talked about on that there, well, in that opening sequence, how he influenced him as a comedian, also reminiscing about listening to his albums and talking about his most iconic character, Mudbone. So after I saw the clip, I replied to Martin in that post that was one of my favorite guest appearances on Martin, and he ended up liking my reply. Yes, and that's actually Martin Lawrence right there himself. That's his Twitter page. That is not fake at all. That's actually Martin's Twitter page. And of course, Martin had so many great guest appearances on the show. Kid from Kid and Play, Keith Washington, Outkast, as well as David Allen Greer, who had a recurring role as Pam's cousin, the scheming Reverend Leon Lonnie Love. Also, who else did you have? Billy D. Williams. You had Salt and Pepper, Halle Berry, as well as Brian McKnight. Remember, he was on the Proposal episode. Who else? Pam Grier, Outkast, and also another favorite guest appearance that was on Martin, former heavyweight champion Tommy Hitman Hearns. We definitely all saw the outcome when Martin challenged him to a fight in the ring, which is still one of the most hilarious moments in Martin history. People still crack up on that to this day. But that was definitely, I was definitely surprised that Martin ended up liking my reply. I could not believe it. Somebody I've been watching for years, like the response I gave to them for, a moment from their show. All right, good people, I'm about to get out of here. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate all of y'all joining me on this Friday night, whether you tuned in on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, kick.com. I appreciate all y'all just hanging out with me for a while and just listening to me talk. I'll be back Monday with another show at 8 o'clock. So until then, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your day. Y'all have a safe weekend. I'm out. See y'all Monday.